Oh.
Can we start the goddamn shit, bro?
I don't know. We need to say something funny first, right?
What?
We say something funny first, right?
Okay, I need you to make the weird noise, Sean. Okay, it meant a loud noise. I just wanted to know when the recording started.
Go ahead. Start.
Does anybody else want to read it, or?
No, you're the designated reader.
Oh, okay. Am I, but...
You're the dad of our plan.
That's so nice for you to say. I'll steal all your money one day.
Please do that. I ain't gonna hold you.
No, don't worry. I'm gonna be the one with
you're the dad to my
and
plan.
Sean's gonna be the one with no
Also,
no
just
payout.
underpay all our workers at the end of the day, too.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, did you know, that Cleopatra was closer to the moon landing than we are to the moon landing? Did you know that? It's crazy. True facts, buddy.
Oh, like in terms of like time and date.
Yeah, like Cleopatra, like in her time and her era was closer to the moon landing than we are.
What is this? What is
The
this?
moon landing. So is Cleopatra like? I mean, the moon landing was 1960. We're in 2020. So Cleopatra was before the 1940s.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're stupid.
Okay, you believed it.
No, I didn't. I'm just trying to prove you wrong. You know what I heard though? Someone said,
I am Cleopatra though.
if you point straight, that's west. If you point left, if you point straight, that's north. If you point left, that's west. If you point right, that's east. If you point behind you, that's south. And then I showed that person. I showed that person. All right, I'm turned this way and point there. You turn that way and point there. Let's see what's north.
That's so stupid, bro.
I know.
The Earth is flat or some shit.
Yes, King.
So first story. It's kind of crazy. Should I let my sister back in? Long story short, my relationship with my sister has been lacking over the years. We were very close until she decided to not come to my wedding for no good reason. She was always cold to my new wife. I assumed out of jealousy, as she told me she didn't want to lose her brother. What the f*** is this? Is it wrong to touch my sister's toes in a dungeon?
Oh, Alabama.
No, it's not Alabama stuff. This is
country roads, bro.
Well, they didn't say the relationship yet, right? They didn't say it was step bro, step sister. You know what I mean?
Well, it's okay. It's okay. But if they start talking about being stuck in a game, I'm leaving.
I belong.
About 19 years ago, she manipulated my parents into giving her a large amount of money for her house without thinking about the consequences for me personally. I had to live at home for 10 years and to save even a fraction of what she was given. So there has always been differences in how she was treated versus me. I've since moved on and had kids who she has never bothered to visit, ask about, send cards to on birthdays, etc. Now my parents are elderly. Now my parents are elderly and frail, and she's getting them to guilt me into reaching out to. I know, bro. It's crazy. They just turned 30 and they're already so frail. They're like disintegrate. Now my parents are elderly and frail, and now she's getting them to guilt me into reaching out to her to rekindle our relationship because she's lonely. So lonely. Oh my god, she's so lonely. I think that they're basically worried when they aren't around, she won't have any family, and she's very needy emotionally, so they want me to pick up the role for them as her support. Bro, they're very, very old and they're about to kick the bucket. Do I let my sister back in just to make my parents happy? They never seem to try and understand my reasons or consider my wife or children in this, just their point of view. But I also don't want to be painted as the villain in my own family. Am I the bum bum? No, he didn't ask that.
As I always say, once a always.
I don't even understand what happened in the story. I'm not gonna lie. Can I get like the Cliff Notes version?
Sister takes a lot of money. Asks for a lot of money from parents. Parents always give sister a lot of money. Brother has to work his life off to get even a fraction of that.
Okay.
Now the parents are elderly, and the parents want him to take over the
And
job
frail.
of
Don't
taking care of
forget
her.
that, bro. They're frail too.
Oh, they want him to do what?
Frail and elderly. Yes.
They want him to do what? Like, they want.
To take over taking
relationship.
care of her, I guess, like pandering her.
Yeah, because she's lonely, because she's pushed everybody away.
She's so lonely.
I mean, it sounds like you live with a made human being. I'm not gonna lie to the guy. Real shit. Like, okay, yeah, your daughter, your sister asked for money. They gave her money.
Mm-hmm.
You worked hard. Okay, bet. So what? And what? Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. You should ask for money first. Don't be a
Exactly.
Right?
You're right in that situation. A lot of people in the comments are being so weird and being like, you don't have to if you don't want to. It's like, it's not even about that. It's about, I feel like if anybody has to rekindle a relationship, it's your sister. She's the one who needs to reach out. It seems like you have no problem with her. He literally said, she's never sent any birthday cards to the kids. She's never bothered to visit them. Like, he wants her to, like, at least be in the life of his kids. It's like, bro, the door's always open. It's a big door to you. Next one is yard sale drama. I'm a big fan of yard sales. Are you guys big fans of yard sales? I love them.
I want to kill myself.
I do love yard sales, especially when they sell used underwear.
Do you know? You know what an estate sale is?
It's when they oh my.
It's when they sell all the stuff.
Sell the dead people stuff. Oh, isn't that when they sell dead people stuff?
Oh yeah.
Dead people. I love that stuff. Yeah. That's the best stuff. That's where you can find all the good stuff, bro.
That's it. That shit's bussin', bro.
Yeah, all the good stuff. I'm a big fan of yard sales, and I go to them every weekend. Every week, bro. Like, it's a hobby. That's crazy. This person's going like it's a hobby every weekend. So they're a big fan of yard sales, and they go to them every weekend. Recently, I went to one and made a pile of stuff that I was planning to buy, and came to the agreement on price. Asked the seller if it was okay if I left the pile of stuff off to a separate corner so that I could so I could shop around some more to add to the pile to buy. He said that was fine and suggested that he could bundle in more stuff with whatever else I find. In the yard sale world, you don't touch someone else's pile. Oh my god, there's like conjecture, there's like, manners and
in the
rules
yard
and
sale
stuff.
world, you don't touch another man's stuff.
Fame, fortune, and yard sales. This is what called men to
fame, fortune. These are all the things that happen in a yard sale.
Yeah, and you don't touch anyone's pile. My treasure, it's all in the pile. And
my treasure is all in the pile, boys.
Yep.
Are you guys really trying to jump me right now? Oh my fucking! One second.
While I was shopping, which was within 5 minutes of talking to the seller, someone else asked the seller about the stuff, and the seller allowed the buyer to purchase my pile of stuff. I get back and asked the seller where the pile was, and he said he had already sold it to someone else. I reminded the seller that was my pile, and he'd already agreed to let me buy the stuff after I shopped around some more. He shrugged, laughed, and said it wasn't his problem. I put in the other items I was planning to buy back and drove away back towards the road. At the end of his driveway, I tore down all of his yard sale signs. His driveway is very long and it's impossible to see the yard sale from the road, so he would have less/no buyers. So basically this person couldn't get what they wanted, and they
so he threw a tantrum.
Basically.
Wait. Oh, shut the
That's what I wanted.
Bro, especially since you do this like every weekend. Allow it.
Unless that shit is like top tier sold item, like thoroughly stained used. Well, if it's not that, then it's nothing.
It's not even a thrift stop. It's not even like a thrift shop or anything. It's almost like you're literally on someone's property and they get to do whatever they want with the stuff that's theirs until they buy it. You know what I mean? It's not yours.
Honestly, I'm posting.
If she had bought it, if she had bought it,
I think it's just being petty for like just making it like how I put it, like the fact that he took down the signs is just petty.
Yeah. So this one's called Enjoy My Handover Documents. Recently resigned from a horrible job for a better paying one, and hopefully just overall better. When my line manager found out that she was freaking out a bit, as I'm the only person in the office who does my job, marketing, she began asking me to get everything together for my handover so she can take on my responsibilities until they find someone else to replace me. She began setting arbitrary deadlines, like asking for things before the end of the working day, despite me having 4 weeks left. You get the point. after going through hell with this manager, I decided to see if she was really opening these things she insisted had to be done by the end of the day or not. So I began sending her corrupted files that if you tried to open them, they just wouldn't. I still did the thing she asked of me to do because I thought eventually she'd open them and then have to ask me to correct the file. But my last day was on Friday and she opened nothing. So come Monday, she's in for a rude awakening when she has no handover documents, no instructions, no calendars, no contacts, nothing. Oh well. So basically this person is getting shit from their old manager because they're switching jobs, which happens way too frequently. People get really petty when you just are moving to a better job or just any job because you don't like the one that you're in right now. And the people who have to stay there get really pissy that they have to stay, and so they come up with these crazy rules for you to do that they're not even really like checking up on. They just want to make your time as miserable as possible until you leave. And so this person basically just found a loophole and just said, okay, I'm not going to really send you any of the files that you told me to work on. They're all going to be corrupted because you're not checking. So yeah, what you think about that?
Some honestly, like a lot of managers nowadays, or not even nowadays, a lot of managers just take advantage of their workers. Like 90%.
As they should do, as they should.
Bro, we live in a capitalist society. Are you new to this planet, bro? That's their purpose, bro. That's how you get the economy running. These people are the reason why America still runs. Okay, so you should say thank you, manager.
Thank you, manager.
You're welcome, buddy. I'm the Dan to your plan.
Oh my god. That's evil.
You know what else is evil?
By the time the due date for all the work came, did he get blamed or the manager did?
Well, they basically just said, yo, I did all the files, right? I did all the files that she actually asked me to do. I sent corrupted files so that when Monday comes in, she actually has to check, because she's been basically badgering me the entire time to get it done. End of day. So she basically was like, wait, are you even checking the stuff that I'm sending you? So as kind of just like a test, she started sending her like blank files, corrupted files with nothing on them that could not be opened, because just to see if the person was even checking. They weren't. So on Monday, when they actually open all these files, which is the actual day it was supposed to be done, but they kept messing with the person, trying to get them to do it earlier just to make them,
That's some petty bullshit, bro.
So basically, they were like, "You want petty? I'll give you petty." So basically, on Monday, they're gonna open a bunch of corrupted files, and they're gonna be like, "What?" And the person's gone. They're long gone. You know what I mean? And maybe one day, probably in a week or so, she'll hand in the actual files that she needed to get done. But she doesn't really need to. If she's done with that job, she's done with it, bro. Nothing you can do about it. So that person has none of the instructions, because apparently her boss will have to do her job until she finds a replacement. So
that's crazy.
That was the best one. That was way better than Yard Sale Girl. Yard Sale Girl she was on some.
Yeah, I ruined their yard sale because they took my pile. Like, bro, what you on?
It must be sad to have your hobby be yard sales,
That's a minuscule problem.
Yeah, what a minuscule part. Especially
it must be sad being white.
It must be. But it's like any hobby you do have. Let's say you do go-karting, something that's actually fun. Every weekend you go go-karting, and someone takes your helmet, and for a fact the rest of the helmets are broken, but someone takes your helmet. It's like, bro, you're back next week. Who cares? You're back next week. It just doesn't make any sense. It's like you're a person who.
But it's not the same helmet.
It's not the same. For today, I do not get what I want, so I'm mad. I'm mad, guys. So who's the worst out of these ones? I think Yard Sale. That's just
Yard Sale.
You mean the worst story or the worst person?
Worst person out of this batch, yeah.
Yeah, Yard Sale.
Can these guys leave me alone?
Yard Sale. Yard Sale.
What
you came to.